Hey friends, good morning and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time clicking on my channel, if this is your first time seeing my face, hi, my name is Precious George. God, I've missed you guys so much. Like, in case you don't know, I started my YouTube channel this year and I posted, I think, two or three, I think two videos, and then I went off. Like, I had lots of things happening in my life. I had lots of things I had to handle, lots of things in my hands to do. And I'm glad. I've not really done everything, but at least I've done most of them. But right now, my focus, my attention, it's on you guys. Like, it's on my channel right now. So you guys should be expecting videos, content every week. Yes, I said that, every week. And I mean it. Like, I'm so serious with you guys now. My focus is on you. So I thought, what better way to do a comeback than share with you guys some tips and tricks I had or I followed to have a budget friendly wedding. Yes, I did get married. I got married. Yes, I got married during this break from YouTube and all of that. I got married. I've said that lots of times, but yeah. So I try my best to plan my wedding on a budget, to have a budget friendly wedding, because we all know how the economy is now. I don't even need to tell you, like, anything to curtail expenses, right? So I planned it on a budget and it was amazing. I had everything I wanted and I still saved enough money. So I'm here to share with you guys the tips you could follow to have a budget friendly wedding, to have a wedding on a budget. It's something you are interested in, which I think you should be. Please do continue to watch this video, okay? Okay guys, so the number one thing, I'm going to be giving you guys 10 tips. Yes, 10. So the number one thing that you should do when planning a wedding is to have a budget. Yes, you're trying to have a budget friendly wedding. So number one thing you should do is have a budget. Bring out a particular amount of money. You know how much you earn, you know how much you've saved, you know how much your partner owns, you know how much he has saved. That the both of you should come together in agreement and know how much you are worth and know how much you're willing to spend. Have a budget, and then when you have a budget, whatever you're doing, whatever expenses you're making, sis, do not exceed your budget. Do not exceed, because if you exceed your budget, then there was no need having a budget in the first place. I hope I'm making sense. So have a budget. Know your worth, know your partner's worth. Then together you guys will make a budget. If it's 500,000 you want to use for your wedding, you know that no matter what, you're not spending more than 500,000. If it's 1 million you want to use, no matter what, you're not spending more than 1 million. If it's 3 million, if it's 5 million, you know the kind of wedding you want and you know the kind of budget you should have. And then another thing is, before you set your budget, please try to go for market inquiries, because we all know how Nigeria is. The price today is not the price tomorrow. So try to make research, go to the market, make research on the prices, the current prices of stuffs, and then you add a little bit on it. So if, for instance, you go to the market to get souvenirs and the total money for your souvenir is rounding up at 400,000 or 500,000, just keep 700,000 for it. If it's rounding up at 300,000, just keep 400,000 for it, so that you'll be certain and so that your budget will not be disorganized. Because if you save a particular amount of money and then when you want to buy all those stuffs or start making payments and you see that their prices are now way above what you budgeted, your budget has obviously been scattered. So when you make your budget, add extra to whatever it's the current price in the market. Do not forget that one, is really important, okay? So the number one tip that you should follow when trying to have a budget-friendly wedding is to employ an affordable event planner if you need one. If you know you cannot plan an event, you cannot plan your wedding yourself and you need an event planner, please, please, please employ an affordable event planner. There are lots of event planners nowadays. We are lucky, unlike before, that lots of what's it called, there was no plenty event planners, but now there are many of them. So try to start making research or try to start looking for event planners way before your wedding, so that you'll be able to have options, so you can have options and know which of them to pick that is affordable. Some people will go and bring and employ celebrity event planners. I don't understand what the problem is. If you can afford it, please, by all means, do so. But then, you know you cannot afford expensive, and you go and bring celebrity event planners that plan events for celebrities, all these big name event planners, and at the end of the day, they are taking almost half of the money you've budgeted for your wedding. You see, you budget 3 million for your wedding and you're paying an event planner 1 million, and you're paying an event planner 800,000. Some people even charge 1 million plus, and you're employing them when you know you just kept 3 million for your wedding. So you're giving the event planner almost half of your wedding money. So try to employ an affordable event. There are plenty event planners that can give you what you want, and they are very much affordable. So try to go for those ones. Know your worth. Know what you can afford. That's the number one thing. Know what you can afford, and that all falls under the first tip, which is having a budget. Until you have a budget, know what you can afford, and that is when you'll be able to afford an event planner, that employ an event planner that you can afford. Do not forget that part. Don't go and bring event planners that plan for president. If you can afford it, it's not going to affect you in any way. Please do. But if you know that when you're done employing the event planner, and the problem about it is, when you employ all these big event planners, they want to make your wedding big. Of course, that's what they are used to. So you see yourself making a cake worth 1 million. You see yourself making a cake worth 800,000, 2 million, because they are used to all those things. They only know people that make big stuff, that make expensive stuff. So when you want to bring an employ an event planner, be considerate. Know that if you bring celebrity event planner, he or she is going to introduce to you celebrity lifestyle. So everything you're going to use on that your wedding day is going to be celebrity standard, and then you know how much you have, and know if you can afford it. If you can, please, by all means, have a celebrity wedding. If you cannot, have a wedding, a standard wedding that is expenses were curtailed. It's going to be much better for you. So the third tip on how to have a budget-friendly wedding is to start your wedding plans on time. I don't even need to emphasize on that one, because I think it's normal. Anything you plan ahead of usually goes better than something that is planned in a hurry. I know some of us, it's not really our fault, to just start our wedding plans few months or few weeks before our wedding. But if it's possible for you, start your wedding plans on time. As I said earlier, if you start your wedding plans on time, it will definitely give you the leverage and the options to select. But when you don't start on time, whosoever that you meet, any event planner you meet, you just, okay, let me use this one is even available. The tailor that will sew your clothes, if you're going to sew your clothes, will still charge you excess money because you did not give them long period of time. In fact, every services that will be rendered to you, you'll be charged double because you didn't give them enough time. So it will be like urgency, emergency, whatever, and then you'll be charged double. So start your wedding plans on time, and then when you start your wedding plans on time as well, you'll be able to weigh. There's some stuff that will be tripping you today. Truthfully, in a few weeks time or in a few days time, you'll be like, I bet this is not even necessary, and you end up not using it again. Unlike when you're planning in a short period of time, you won't have time to think, do I necessarily need this or do I not necessarily need it? So please start your wedding plans on time, okay? So the number 4 step that you should take to have a budget-friendly wedding is to cut down on your bridal train. Cut down on your bride. Yes, let me tell you something. On my traditional wedding day, I had my friends, they really volunteered. They all said they wanted to do ashebi for me. So I was like, okay. I bought materials. I didn't sell the materials to them. I bought the materials. I gave it to them free of charge. So, and just, come for the wedding and all of that. It was okay. Trust me, I was happy that my friends came for me and all of that. But then I thought about it. I don't really I don't have friends that if I sell materials to, they'll buy it. If you know you have friends that maybe you go to market and buy material and then you sell it to them, fine, you can have as much bridal train as you have as you want. I knew that I didn't have friends that would be willing to buy, or maybe I don't know if they might be willing to buy, but I didn't even want to try. I didn't even want to go through that route. So I just bought and I gave them. Then on my white wedding day, the thing is, I did not have a bridal train. My sister was just the one that did chief bridesmaid for me. I had no bridal train. Like, it was just me and my sister, the bride and the chief bridesmaid. So she was my chief bridesmaid and my bridesmaid at the same time. And my wedding was wonderful. Like, I know about 3 of my friends that have adopted that measure that I use. Like, they said it was so beautiful. When they came for the wedding, they were like, it was so nice, no crowd, no, I don't know how to explain it, but all of those, like all those serere was not just there, and they loved it. I loved it in particular. Like, I felt peace. I felt at peace. I did not have to bother for people like, hey, where will my bridesmaids sleep? Hey, have they eaten? Hey, after the wedding, instead of me to go and be thinking of how to rest, I'll now be thinking of how people that did bridesmaids for me, how they'll go back to their various destinations and all of that and all of that. I did not do it. I still had a wonderful wedding. Like, if I remember my wedding, it gives me so much joy. And the fact that people are now willing to actually do what I did means it was looking really nice. I'm not saying you should not have bridesmaids if you want to. I'm just saying you don't need to have 1,000,001 bridesmaids. You don't need to have 20 bridesmaids unless you know that they are willing to buy the materials from you. Maybe when you buy, you now resell to them. It's better. But if you know that you're going to give it to them free of charge, if you can afford it, please, by all means, by all means, buy and give to them. After all, they're your friends, right? Yeah, what are friends for? But if you know that it's going to be biting you inside your heart while you're giving them the material, please, my sister, it's not necessary. You can just invite them as guests to your wedding. Okay? Thank you. Then the next tip that I want you to follow, like this one, I really want you to avoid. Abi is to do. In fact, follow this step. Do not spend your money on trail of cars. Trust me, I know it's a nice sight to behold. When in your video you see trail of Benz, trail of Range, trail of, I don't even know car models. What other car name? I don't know. But I know it's a nice sight to behold, seeing all those cars, you know, this one comes same color. Some people even do same color. Some people same design. So, oh my God, it's so beautiful to watch. But then it's your money. Like, you just go to rent cars for just a day. What if, I'm not wishing that on you, of course, but then what if one of the cars gets crashed? Extra expenses for you. What if one of the car gets spoiled? Extra expenses for you. Okay, let's say nothing actually happens to any of the cars, but then what is you're actually just going to be in one of the cars. So all the other cars, who is going to be in it? Friends and family. Like, you're just going to be in one of the cars. Like, you do not need that trail of cars. Seriously, you have friends that have cars. Your husband should have friends that have cars. Let them come with their cars and follow you in your convoy or whatever. You don't necessarily need to go and rent cars, pay for, and it's expensive. That's even the thing. It's not like it's cheap. It's not cheap. It is not cheap. I don't know where you've gone to make inquiries for, but they are not cheap. So why do you now want to add that extra expenses for you? After that day, they'll return the car. You actually stayed in one car. So you don't even know how others inside the other cars are keeping the car. What if at the end of the day, you now notice that someone poured food inside the car? I don't even want to go to that side, but it's not necessary. Like this one, I know is not necessary. If you and your husband don't have a car, fine, you can rent a car, but you can rent just one. The one that will carry you and carry your husband. Okay, if people are doing, people stay in different cars, at least you rent just 2. Not going to rent 10 cars, 15 cars. What are you using it to do? All these things are expenses. Money that you can save and use and start family. If you can afford it, even in this particular one, I don't even think it's about you can afford it. I feel it's just, it doesn't, this particular one doesn't just make sense to me. It's not even about whether you can afford it or not. My advice is you shouldn't do it. Like, don't. Well, maybe if you want to, you can, but don't. So the sixth tip that you should follow on how to have a wedding on a budget is do not rely so much on the money to be recovered. My sister, my brother, you will never recover the amount of money you feel you will recover. You will never, I'm not wishing you bad though, but it's the truth, it's a fact. You will never get as much money as you spent. See, even if you spend 500,000 for your wedding, it's not even possible, but yeah, even if you spend 500,000 for your wedding, you will never get 500,000. You will never recover 500,000 from the money sprayed. If you spend 3 million, you will never recover 3 million. If you spend 10 million, I don't even think you can even get half. Like, you don't even understand the economy right now. People are not even willing. Like, people are not willing. Unless you have maybe all this committee of friends that whenever one person is marrying, they know this is the amount of money we are going to give to the person, which you know is still not going to be enough. So some people will go and rent cars, make wedding arrangements on debt, expecting that when after the wedding, with the gift and the monetary, whatever, the money that will be sprayed on us, we use it and clear our debts. My sister, my brother, you will owe. No jokes, you will owe. Like, your debtors will come to your house and they will carry you from your house and go and lock you in police station because you will not get the money to pay them back from your wedding. I am emphasizing on this one. You will not get. I'm not even going to lie. I got enough money. On my wedding day, I got money. Like, we got money. But it wasn't even close to. It wasn't even close. It was like, if I don't tell you how much we spent on our wedding, and I tell you how much we recovered, you'll be like, wow, you guys got money, oh. But if we not tell you how much we spent, you'll be like, reach, oh. It really doesn't reach. It's never enough. So whatever plans you're making for your wedding, make it based off of what you can spend. Okay, I have been saving and I've saved 3 million, I've saved 5 million, I've saved 10 million for my wedding. Don't think about the money you will get after the wedding. Just know that 10 million you've spent it, is that you spent it for your wedding. Oh yes, my happy day in my life, I spent 10 million to have a happy wedding and all of that. Fine. After the wedding, if you recover 3 million, it's okay, we got 3 million. Okay, should we put it in whose account should we put it in? What in the house can we use it and do? Or we should just keep the money and know it's what we use and be running expenses for the next 4 months, for the next 3 months, something like that. But say you want to run your wedding based off of what you feel you recover. You are sleeping on a moving bike. Hey, you are sleeping on a moving bike because you will fall. So please, please, please do not make your wedding plans based off of what you think you'll recover after the wedding, because it's never, never, never enough. Okay, thank you. Number seven, please, let's do this exercise that little children used to do in nursery school, to hold your ear like this. Like, hold your ear, like literally hold your ear to listen to this one. Do not have your wedding to impress anybody. Hey, this is what is killing us in this Nigeria right now. I don't know about outside country. Me, I'm not living outside the country. I'm living in Nigeria. So I'm talking about the one I know. Trying to have wedding to impress people. Hey, my sister, my brother, let me tell you something. Nowadays, weddings used to happen Saturdays. Every Saturday, there will always be a wedding. Every Sunday, there will always be a wedding. So if you had your wedding this Saturday, okay, let's say you had your wedding last week Saturday, and then you use aeroplane to come in just to impress, make an impression. It's not like you're even a fan of aeroplane or helicopter. You're not a fan of it, but you just want to impress. And then you use iPhone 13 as souvenir to everybody because you want to impress. trust me, the next Saturday, somebody is definitely going to do something bigger than what you did. And before you know it, everybody has forgotten what you did. Now, there are lots of celebrities, I'm not even going to call names here, but there are lots of celebrities that did lots of stuff on their wedding. Some people are not even celebrities, though, but because of that, their wedding, people got to know them. But now, who remembers it? Because there's someone that has done something better. So saying you want to impress people on your wedding day, ha! I lack words to describe you. I don't even know what to tell you. But the only thing I have to tell you is please, 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 if you've ever had that kind of thing in mind, remove it from your mind. Someone will always have a better wedding. There'll always be a better wedding than your own. Truth, just do the necessary things that you know that will give you joy, because those are the memories that you'll carry along with you. Don't go and make expenses that when you remember it, you'll be like, hi, if I had known. It's not good. Just make, and funny thing about wedding and memories is that it's the little things actually that gives you more joy. It's not even the big stuffs. Okay, let's take for instance now someone that did wedding 3 years ago and shared, let's say, the latest iPhone. Which iPhone was latest 3 years ago? Is it iPhone X? I bet iPhone 8 Plus. Let's say it was iPhone 8 Plus, and then the person shared it. We have iPhone 13 now. Like, people that you gave the iPhone X must have upgraded their phones by now. Everybody must have forgotten about that. And then maybe the person that did that, when you now remember it, you'll be like, how much I spent. If I've invested this in a business, I know how much it will be yielding for me now. If it's something that you know will give you joy, do it. But let your intentions not be to impress people, because people will just be impressed for just a few hours. Everybody has their own personal problems. So no matter how much you try to impress them, we don't even really get that impressed. Just like, okay, wow, okay. The next wedding I'll attend, someone will definitely do something bigger than yours. And then I'll forget about your own. That's just how life works. There'll always be a better tomorrow. There'll always be a better wedding. So just have your wedding based off of what you can afford, and also what will make you happy, and not just to impress people. Thank you very much for your understanding and your cooperation. I hope you know that you do not have to impress anybody. Just do what makes you happy. Thank you. The 8 points, I'm really having fun doing. Like, I've missed doing this. Oh my God, I'm glad that I'm back anyways. So the number 8 point is get an affordable ring. I don't even need to beat around the bush. Get an affordable ring. You don't need a diamond ring before you have a wedding. You don't even need a gold ring before you have a wedding. Like, just get a good, you can even use a gold plated ring for your wedding. You can use a silver ring. Silver is even good. You can use a gold plated ring for your wedding. You don't need to choke your partner. Oga, if you don't get me diamond ring, me, I'm not doing wedding now. Really? Like, really? Do you know that he can get you that diamond ring for your wedding, and then you're all glad and you're all, yeah, we're diamond ring gang, and then, please, this is not a diamond ring, thank you. And you're not like diamond ring gang, and the next day your button, it rolls down the drain and it's gone. Like, you're getting married for life. That's our prayer, right? And our hope that you're getting married for life. So what makes you think you cannot get the diamond ring the next day, the next year, the next 2 years of your marriage, the next 10 years of your marriage? What makes you think you can't get that diamond ring? What makes you think you can't get that gold ring? What makes you think you can't get that ring of your choice within your time in the marriage? Why must it be on that wedding day when you know that wedding is all about expenses? See, remove the joy that comes with I'm wedding the love of my life. It's just expenses that you're making. Everything from beginning to end is money that you're spending. So anywhere that you can cut off expenses, the man will want to do that, the woman will want to do that. So why would you not want to say, if it's not diamond ring, that the price of that diamond ring can actually solve 3 or 4 of other wedding problems you guys have? You can use a gold ring. Golds have different prices. You can use the ones that do not weigh so much, that the price is not so much, it's still gold. Like, do you understand that it's still gold? You can use a gold-plated ring. It's still a ring. The most important thing is that the priest, the pastor, the whatever, put it on your hand and say, in Jesus' mighty name, in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. That is what matters. Finish. Like, finish. Please get an affordable ring. Do not let it be an issue between yourself and your partner with the type of ring you want. Make do with the one you have. See, like I said before, you have a lifetime to get the ring of your choice. And when you get it, your body will calm down because, okay, what again? You just wear it. Finish. Is there any other thing? You make videos with it. Hey, and then finish. So get an affordable. If you can afford diamond ring, by all means. If you can afford gold ring, by all means. Silver ring, please. Gold-plated ring, please. Any ring at all. Just have a wedding and be happy. Thank you. Now the next point, this one is for my ladies in the house. My ladies in the house, I need to ask you guys this question. Why do you guys buy wedding gown? Sorry. Why do you guys buy wedding gown? Like, what's your intention? I think it's foreign movies that used to... I swear, foreign movie has really done something to us Nigerian girls. Why do you buy a wedding gown? Like, after your wedding, not even after your wedding day, after church. Because I know nowadays, almost everybody gets a reception gown. So after saying, I do, you remove the gown. What again is your plan? To be wearing it on your anniversary? Abi, you want to be wearing it in the night when you want to look good for your husband? Abi, you want to give it to your daughter? Abi, you want to give it to your daughter? Because, okay, let's take for instance that my mother had a wedding and she bought her wedding gown and then she kept it. And then when it's not time for my own wedding, she now said, my daughter, you know I love you so much. And then when I bought this gown, I knew that it was going to be perfect for my family to wear. And then she now give it to me to wear. What will I look like inside that gown? Let's just assume that it's still my size. What exactly will I be looking like inside that gown of like how many centuries ago? Like, what exactly is your plan? Because I don't understand. Please, if you bought a gown, maybe you've done your wedding and you're just watching this video and you bought a wedding gown, just let me know in the comment section what exactly you're doing with the gown. Because aside from people that, maybe have an agreement with who they are buying it from that, which is still the same thing. When I buy it from you after my wedding, I'll sell it back to you. It's still the same thing. So why not just rent it? Sister, please rent your wedding gown. And nowadays, the good thing is that there are now people that rent wedding gowns that also make wedding gowns. They also make wedding gowns. So they'll just maybe show you the ones they have on display. If it's not what you want, you now give them the design you want. They'll make the wedding gown for you and rent it to you. So you still don't need to buy it. You just, because they feel like it's an added design to their collection. Because when you're done wearing it and you bring it back to them, they've added that design, that size and everything to their collection. So you cannot even give an excuse and say, all the gowns that are up for rent, none of them were my style. You can give them your style to make your style for you. After your wedding, you give it back to them. It's way, 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 way affordable. Do you know what it is to buy a wedding gown? Like, what is your plan? After the wedding, you start renting it out. Like, you have just one, so everybody that you rent it out has to be your size, your shape, your height, your everything. And still have to choose, like, have the same preference you have. So, sis, please rent a wedding gown. Unless you have plans for the wedding gown that I do not know of, because I've really thought about that. And nothing came to my mind, like, nothing. So maybe if you know something you want to use the gown and do, no wahala. But if you don't have anything you want to use the gown and do, please rent a wedding gown. Thank you very much. The last point in my list on how to have a budget-friendly wedding is if you know that you want to have a 10-step cake, 15-step cake, even a 5-step cake. Nobody is against it. It's your choice. It's something that when you see your cake, you'll be happy, you'll be glad. But still use a dummy cake. Thank you. Try to use a dummy cake. If you're making a 5-step cake, three of the cakes out of the stand can be real cakes, 2 will be a dummy cake, or 3 can even be a dummy cake, and 2 will be main cake. By dummy cake, I mean fake cake. It's just, I don't even know how bakers or caterers make that, but it's just a make-believe cake. All these cakes that you see in showrooms for all these people that do bridal stores, those are dummy cakes. Those are not real cakes. So when you incorporate it in your main cake, it looks the same. Nobody will know. The base, that's the first cake, the first cake will be a real cake. That's the one you guys will cut. Then others might be a dummy cake. There may be a real cake in between, just to give it balance. All these caterers know how to do it. All these bakers know how to do it. So just tell them. And it costs you less. If you make the 5 stands cake, it's going to cost you more. You make your 15 stands cake, it's going to cost you. That's when you see you're spending 1 million, 2 million, 700,000 for cake. After the wedding, what will you use the cake and do? What you even give to friends and family, it's still like you still have lots of cake in your house. What are you going to use it and do? When of course after your wedding, you're trying to keep up with your shape, you get. But then what are you using cake? Even if you're a fan of cake, what exactly are you going to do with 8 cakes in your house? What exactly? You just you and your husband. What exactly is your plan? So try to incorporate dummy cakes in your wedding cake. And by that, it will make you have as much cake as you want, like height of cake. If you want 10 steps, it's better off when you use a dummy cake. So you can actually achieve, okay, let's say the money you use and get 5 real cakes, you can use it to get 10. But in this aspect, maybe 5 might be real cakes, 5 will be dummy cakes. But your cake is longer and more beautiful, more fanciful, more attractive than when you just 5. That is if it's what you want. But if you want normal 5, you can still use, if you can afford to do all cakes, fine. But to save expenses, what are you using cake to do after wedding? Like literally nothing. Nothing. So just use more of the dummy cake than the real cake. And yeah. And then also what you do, you tell your baker she should make complimentary cakes for you. What complimentary cakes are? Those small cakes. They'll just tie it in this transparent nylon, this cake nylon, so that when you want to share cakes to your guests, you don't need to start slicing your main cake. You just share that one. So they'll make your normal stand of cake and then make small complimentary cakes. By the time, and it's also from those complimentary cake that you exchange cake with your husband. You don't need to start slicing your main cake. So your cake will stand beautiful all through the wedding and be looking fine in pictures and a very beautiful sight to behold. So these are the tips I followed. Trust me, I did all of this that I mentioned and I had a beautiful, awesome wedding. Like if I sit down and think about my wedding, I'm so glad, I'm so grateful to God for giving me the sense to do all of this. I'm still waiting for my videographer to give me my video clips. Like I have none with me, but definitely when I get, I'll upload it for you guys to see. It was really nice. Like I'm so glad and I'm at peace. I'm not owing anybody. Nobody is owing me. Only the videographer that's not giving my photos and my videos is the only person owing me. But only me, I am not owing anybody. My husband is not owing anybody. We are not owing anybody. So we are just living and know that if we have 10 naira, is this 10 naira we are starting our family with? If we have 1,000, is this 1,000 we are starting our family with? We don't have anybody to pay back wedding money. Do you understand? So it's better off. Follow these steps. If there are more steps, if there are more things that will make someone have a budget-friendly wedding, please let us know in the comment section. We are all here to learn. Someone will definitely read the comments and grab it and have a wedding on a budget. So if you're getting married, hey sis, congratulations. Hey bride, because you're a bride. You're a bride. So far they proposed to you, you're a bride. Well, yeah, so far your wedding day has been fixed. Not just proposing, yeah, whatever, don't mind me, I'm joking. You're a bride. So congratulations. I hope you have a blissful wedding, and of course a blissful marriage. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you know you enjoyed the video, which of course I enjoyed making, so I hope you enjoyed watching, please give this video a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. Please subscribe. Just click on the subscribe button down there, and turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload my next video, which will be soon, because it's a promise, weekly, back to back, you're getting videos from me. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. I love you. Bye.